Good morning, good evening, and a very good afternoon. I'm holding the mic for dramatic effect. I'm Brother Joshua Galang. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. The current time right now is 10:01 p.m. and backwards it's actually 10:01 p.m., meaning that it's another episode, another time for the episode of INCRadio Hawaii Pacific. Look at that, our guest over there. He said it himself already. So you guys already know who we are, what you're tuning into, and we want to say thank you for always tuning in weekly. If you're new here, welcome. We're going to introduce ourselves. If you are a veteran and watching our show, hello. We're still going to introduce ourselves. Yeah, we're so excited to talk about whatever it is we're going to be talking about today. Isn't that right, sister?
Yes, brother.
Good. Who are you? How did you get in here?
Maybe you should introduce yourself first.
I did. I'm Brother Joshua Galang. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. I am 24 years old from the local congregation of Waipahu. I was born and raised here in the island of Oahu in the state of Hawaii in the United States of America on the planet Earth.
Okay.
Preferably.
You
No,
forgot
just
the continent.
the continent of North America. I was going to say Africa?
Okay. Australia?
Antarctica?
Antarctica?
Yeah. But anyway, that's me. That's who I am. Who are you? Where are you from?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I'm
It's
joking.
okay.
Hello, everybody. Hello. My name is Sister Julene. If you didn't know, if you didn't remember, hi, I'm Sister Julene from the local congregation of Waipahu as well. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of INCRadio Hawaii Pacific. We're so happy for you to be joining us once again on this Friday evening. But as you can see, me and Brother Josh are not the only are not the only hosts. I have a lovely sister right next to me who is now going to introduce herself. Guess what locale she's from?
Ooh, I like the lineup we have today. Okay, continue.
This is Sister Jimmy. Aloha my kako. I am Sister Gwenette from the local congregation of
I wonder.
Waipahu once again. Shag the baby.
What continent are you from?
North America.
North America.
Are you sure? North America?
North America. Okay, I like that. What sound is that?
A bird.
Okay.
One of them.
But we're not the only ones here.
No.
we all said that, huh? It's not only us hosts. Obviously, we need to have a guest for the show, and our guest is the very handsome man all the way on the other side, the opposite color from me, actually. So we're gonna have him introduce himself. Brother, could you tell us what is your name? Where are you from?
Okay. Who are listening to our INCRadio Hawaii Pacific. My name is Brother Regina Hambra
Yes.
from the Call Up Waipahu
Choir member.
and also recently took an oath for being a Buklod president.
Yay!
Por favor.
We want to rewind that. He said you're from the local congregation of what again?
Waipahu.
Waipahu. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. 94, and the four is the four of us.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
but we do this every single time just to get to know our brethren. Fun fact about yourself that others might not know of. He's pondering. He's thinking.
He is
Or
pondering.
The right word actually to say that's described about me.
Okay.
Usually I was an introverted person, but changing about mindset, I was able to, let's put it this way, to get out of my shell. Of course, thanks to our Almighty God for giving me the skills actually that I developed for years, and also a mentor of mine that stick with me no matter what. So because of her, I was able to develop skills, and now let's just say no longer introverted person. Have that confidence actually to talk to people, especially with our brethren, right? One of the skills that we can do actually is to be open with them, especially the brand new ones, because if they feel welcome, then it's much easier for them to have that faith, right? So we can encourage them to be more active actually in the church.
That's
Wow.
very true. I'm glad. We want to talk about that more. That transition from introvertedness to extrovertedness.
Tedness.
Yeah. Do you think that's a topic we can talk about right now? Yeah. How did you move from one Tedness to the other Tedness? Tedness.
Sean?
Shot?
Technician?
Tedness shot? Rust? Anyway,
Rust?
yeah, how did you move from, of course, with the assistance and guidance of our Almighty God and the skills that He provides? For you personally, what do you feel like really made that change from introvertedness to extrovertedness?
Actually, brother, to be honest, it's just that what I can advise actually to all of the brethren that listening right now is look out that mentality that people will judge you, because that's what I was thinking too before. As English as my third, fourth language.
Wow. What language do you speak?
What are the other three?
Yeah.
So yeah, but actually English we studied that way back when, if I'm not mistaken, at 8 year of age.
Hmm.
So actually, but then it's not used that fluently compared here in the US, right? That's the main language that you spoke about. And in order for me to get out actually to my comfort zone, is like what I mentioned earlier, is the proper mindset. If you tell yourself that you can do this, and you will gain that confidence, of course, we need to ask our Almighty God, right, to guide us every time. So that's how I develop my skills actually. And by doing that, of course, no matter what, you cannot please people, I mean, everyone, you cannot please everyone. But the main thing actually is not what people, what it's not about basing on what people will tell about you, but what you will tell yourself. That's the most important.
Yeah, I agree. Getting out of your shell is so daunting when you
It
think
is.
about it, especially when you're super quiet. I was a super quiet kid.
Really?
Okay.
Really?
I don't think he believes me. I was a super quiet kid.
Wow.
Compared to my parents say I was saving my voice for now.
Right. That's right.
But yeah, super daunting wanting to step out of your shell. But once you're past that first step and you're a lot more extroverted, you have more of that extrovertedness. It helps a lot. It helps a lot. Like not just dealing with your job, so you work in customer service, that helps.
Oh,
Or it
absolutely.
helps in performing your duties. It
Mhm.
helps in talking to the brethren, like Brother Eugene said. It helps in your faith because you're more comfortable talking, not just, to other brethren, to your friends, your family, but you're also more comfortable talking to God. Yeah. Put it on the wall.
Put that on. We have a thing in our show where we say put that on. They're like quotes that are like really, really
Really, really well.
more comfortable talking to God. I like that. Wow. Okay. What do you have to say about that? Are you
No,
extroverted? Are you introverted? What are you?
piggybacking to what they both said, I was also very introverted before. It's like the complete opposite. And I always felt that once you're an introvert, you can't really change to
Mhm.
extrovert or,
Mhm.
vice versa. But I feel like people say changes don't happen overnight,
Mhm.
but somehow it feels like it does.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
one day you're so shy and everything, but one day you're just like, gonna make a change.
Mhm.
Gonna start now, and then you just pretend until you're actually.
Yeah.
Like fake it till you
Yeah.
make
Fake it till you
it.
make
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that quote, and then there's one that adds on to that, where instead of fake it till you make it, it's fake it until you become it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I really like that one too. There was a quote that I was thinking about as well with what Brother Regine was saying, but
Oh,
I
you
forgot.
forgot?
I did forget.
That's his fun fact.
That is my
Yeah,
fun
no.
fact.
He forgot.
I am very
He's
forgetful.
very forgetful.
It's like I try to think of so many different talking points.
Yeah.
And when I go on to the next one, I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to talk about. Wait, what was the other one?
They call it
Yeah.
information overload.
Information.
Yeah.
I am overloaded every single time. I have no clue what I'm talking. But anyway, I do agree with all of you guys. I was
No.
ambiverted. I wouldn't say I'm like super introverted. There were definitely times where social anxiety had a
Right.
very big play in it. And I would say ambiverted was where I would be most of the time. There's moments where I'm like, and there's moments where I'm like, yeah, exactly. Like today, I'm sorry, Brother Patrick. Never mind, never mind. I'm not gonna talk about it. I was on the phone and I was like, I don't feel like talking anymore. I just we I just ended the call. Not like, oh yeah, I'm it. Just
Oh
ended the
yeah,
call.
bye.
Yeah, no, it was like I just didn't feel like talking. So I gave my reason and I ended the call with that person. And then I just sat in silence in traffic. And I was like, okay.
It takes a lot of courage to do that, though.
Had
To
to hang
say,
up the call.
yeah, to say that you don't want to talk anymore.
Yeah.
I'm
It's like,
scared to do that.
Yeah.
I would never.
You know the trick that people say, like put it in airplane mode
Yeah.
and it says call
This
failed?
is Caulfield.
Yeah, that's a really good one if you guys want. Or you can just be like, oh, what was that? Or say, hey, I'm getting a phone call. I'm gonna call you later. You don't call them later. Don't do that.
That's a
That's
lie.
not. No, don't do that. That's an example of what other people do. But if you want to be more extroverted, have that change in mindset, as what Brother Regine said.
Right.
Mm.
Mm.
I still don't remember the quote. So we're gonna move on. Sister Gwen, have you talked about fun facts before? What is a fun fact about you?
Fun fact is not something you would always say when you introduce yourself to someone. Yes. No?
What's your foot?
What is your fun
I
fact?
thought
Are
you
you
said
saying like,
one.
what is a description? Do you give me
No, but that was
the
my
Webster
opinion,
dictionary?
too.
Your fun fact is that you know the description of a fun fact? Wow. I've never had that happen.
No,
That's
it's
so
fun,
new.
right? Sister
That
Julia?
was a fun fact. That's a fun fact that we can talk about way later on. It's like, fun fact. You know what, Sister Gwen? We asked her what a
So
fun
the
fact was.
definition of fun.
Fun.
That's what you said. What do you think is so
No, they
funny?
say F is for friends.
F is for fun fact.
Fun fact.
BFF.
BFF.
B fun fact.
B fun fact. That's funny. Okay. That was a good fun fact, Sister
That was a great
Gwen.
fun fact.
Do you have one, Sister Julian?
I think you should go first, Brother Josh. I'm so
I-
taking your mind.
I don't
Um,
know either. Something that I learned about myself. I like working in the rain. Yeah.
Okay, now I
I
know
was
my fun fact.
okay. There you go. So I'll tell you this story. I was working with a journeyman in Lanai, and that place is just dirt and then house. You know what I mean? Because we're building up a house. And I was telling him, I was speaking pidgin. I was like, "Oh, when I was young, but we're gonna." But I was, talking to him. I was saying it's so weird how we were sometimes discouraged to go outside and play in the rain because you're gonna get sick.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But here I am now getting dumped on by the rain, and I'm expected to keep working.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
Yeah.
but it's really cool because the rain's coming down, the sky's really nice. You're not hot. You're
Mhm.
just working, but
Yeah.
everything gets wet. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like my tool bag gets wet, my clothes get wet. So that's just the only downside.
Yeah, I would much rather work in the rain than in the
Rain is
blazing
fun.
sun.
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm. But yeah, my fun fact is that rain is my favorite. I love rain.
Rain is
my,
your favorite.
my
Like,
favorite.
The drink?
No,
That's
not
sponsored.
Not
sponsored.
sponsored.
It's my favorite weather. I love rainy weather.
Right. I love overcast weather, which is why
Ah.
PNW how it holds a special place in my heart. Have you guys ever been there?
PNW?
Oh, Pacific Northwest,
Oh, no.
Oregon,
Never
Washington State. You guys haven't been there? What? Okay.
Sorry, but
All right.
My bad.
I go there a lot. My
My
sibling
bad.
is there, that's why. So I go to visit a lot. And my family's there actually in Washington.
Okay.
But okay, anyway, today we're talking with Brother Regine here, talking about his career, what he does. We're not going to explain it. In fact, he is going to explain it. So let's get right into the show that we are halfway through. So Brother Regine,
Green.
Regine, I'm so sorry. I need to slow down my words. Okay. Oh, that's another fun fact. I
Okay.
mumble a lot sometimes. Okay. Brother Regine, we're locked in. We're ready. You think Brother Regine, we want to ask you this question. This first question actually, that Sister Julene is gonna ask you.
Okay. Emoji. The question that I thought Brother Josh was going to ask you is, what is your current work or job position?
Okay, so I am a facility technician with a company that I would say plays a vital role here in the Hawaiian Islands. Because if I'm not mistaken, we might have a competitor from the mainland, but we are local. So what this company does is dealing with non-hazardous waste material and hazardous waste as well. So how does that really affect Hawaii?
Yeah.
Yes, let's just say this company doesn't exist and people just doing any kind. Like for example,
Anytime.
when they change their oil and they just dump it anywhere, and that will actually affect our ecosystem. So what our company does, like for example, your car, you change your oil, you go to companies outside and collect the oil. What does this company do is they call our company and we collect the used oil. Did you know that used oil, even though you would think that's already a waste, but it can be recycled, it can be as an alternative fuel.
Okay.
But then there's also another local company that acquire that oil. And what they do, instead of buying expensive diesel, they use the oil as an alternative fuel to run turbine engines. Turbine engines in return produces electricity. And then once the electricity, now I'm stuttering like you.
Oh.
So once the electricity has been produced, they sell it to Hawaiian Electric. And now Hawaiian Electric sell it to consumers like us.
Wow.
So that's only one. We have also used antifreeze. We have also different materials such as oily water. On the car washes, when you go to a different company, so the water, it doesn't go to any storm drain. It's being collected as well. It's recycled. Now, the car washes, they have a reservoir for the dirt. Now the dirt cannot just go anywhere. So they call us up to collect them. We put sample, send it to the laboratory for analysis. It's really a long process if you think about it. But then this company actually follows federal and state regulations. Department of Transportation. So we are not violating anything, and we're doing it according to the rules.
Wow.
I feel like I was in sustainability class.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I know, right? That's pretty cool. It's like that renewable energy is fueling other renewable energy. That's so cool.
That is so cool.
So how do you collect it? Is there a pump that goes into
So
your car?
basically, with majority of the companies in here, so when you park your car, they open the drain plug, and then it goes to a drum.
Right.
So once they accumulate, let's just say 2 or 4 drums, that's about 220 gallons. They call us up. It's either we pick up the drum or we send a vacuum truck that collects the oil directly from the drum. And then once they pick up, let's just say a few gallons here and there, it goes to the facility where they handle it, and then it goes to a bigger tank, wherein we call it frac tanks that can accommodate about 20,000 gallons.
Oh, I want to
So we're
see how
talking
these
about-
tanks look like.
That's
We have to look that up later. That's wow. Okay. So you're not the ones that go pick it up,
I'm
but you're
not
the one you're already there,
Yes.
getting it delivered to you,
Ah.
and then for you do.
What we call processing.
Mhm.
So depending on the materials that comes in, because like what I mentioned earlier, we deal with non-hazardous and hazardous. Now, there is a terminology, material and waste. What's the difference between the two when we call non-hazardous material and hazardous waste? Material can still be recycled.
Oh.
Waste is the end point. So meaning to say, if it cannot, majority of the hazardous waste that we collect here in the islands, we ship it to the mainland for processing because they have the capability and they have the technology to deal with that one, not here in the island. Such as batteries, mainly when you change your battery in your car, it's being collected by our company also, and we send it to the mainland for processing.
Oh.
That's all hazardous waste, you say.
Yes, because of the sulfuric acid.
Oh.
I don't know what goes in batteries. I just
Majority
realized
is
that.
sulfuric acid.
Okay.
Then you have the terminal, which is also made out of lead.
Ooh.
So it sounds like a lot of process.
A lot of
You did
process.
say for you were on more on the receiving side.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So are you more into office work or in the
More on
field?
the outside work. the
Okay,
field work.
so how
Okay.
does your day to day look like with that?
It's chaotic every day.
It's chaotic. Okay. That's more things to talk about.
Chaotic, exciting. maybe?
At
Exciting.
the same time, but then
At
with
the same
God's help, because of this, I would say a big responsibility. What really needed to happen is focus.
Mm.
Because once you lose your focus, then we already know what will be the outcome.
Mhm.
So in everything that my coworkers does, whenever they collect waste material or non-hazardous or hazardous materials, when they come, they use documentation. Most of them are manifest, where meaning to say they describe what the material they're bringing in. That's
Mhm.
very, very important. A person shouldn't be transporting, like for example, even though a regular used oil is considered actually non-hazardous, it needs to be documented.
Mm.
Because just in case they get pulled over by Department of Transportation, they have the right to do that.
Right.
Just to ensure that not only us that is safe, but also the public also.
Right.
What if a driver transporting not supposed to without documentation? Then that's a no-no.
Right.
We need to protect our islands
Mhm.
because of that. And then, so once they bring in the materials to the facility, I check everything that it's okay.
Mhm.
The turn in of on document. But then if there's sometimes it cannot be avoided. For example, they put in a label on a drum and then they transport it from Young Brothers to our facility way back in Kapolei. And sometimes it cannot help. What if the labels
Mm.
and it arrived to the facility? In order for us to rectify that error, I talked to the project managers and they produce another label so that it can be rectified right away.
Mhm.
Because we can be visited by any Department of Transportation, can be Department of Health at any time.
Right.
So we need to be on top of things.
Wow.
Oh, that's a lot that goes
That
into
is a
it.
lot. I couldn't
Okay.
imagine how much you have to balance all at the same time.
Mhm.
So, would you say you come across these challenges a lot, or
Yes.
Okay. and how do you handle these on a day-to-day basis?
Sometimes you just need to take a deep breath.
Mm.
I agree.
Deep breath is important.
Very important.
What's very important actually is to maintain our cool. That's what they said.
Yes.
Because if you lead yourself with emotion and then you're just angry or mad because of the situation, nothing good will happen.
Right.
I'll tell you that
Yeah.
right now. So what I do sometimes is take a deep breath, identify what is the problem, and then look for the solution.
Mm.
We focus more on the solution instead of the problem,
Mm.
right? Because if you're just dealing with the problem would still be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then looking for the solution, that will be the best way.
Right.
I like
So
that.
simply put.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so simply put, but when you're actually doing it, sometimes it's hard.
Very difficult.
Like something happens and you just keep thinking about that problem and it makes you mad, and then you're trying to do stuff and it affects your work. So it just causes more problems.
Yeah.
I've learned in the past year it's so much easier to just be at peace with everything. Like
Mm.
even if those problems come in front of you and you just take a deep breath and you move on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Just pray to God.
Exactly.
I remember the
Okay,
quote.
brother.
And this applies to what you're talking about as well. A lot of the problems, a lot of the challenge that you face are issues that are out of our wow, like that. I'm so angry now. Like those things are out of our control. Then why do you have to worry about it? You know
Right.
what I mean? If it's something that you yourself cannot, shift, shape, form to how you want it to be, then there's no point in letting it dwell in your mind. It's like carrying luggage that you're not obligated to hold. So you just throw it.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is if you look back in the show and he was talking about it, I went, And that's like the cue that I do. It's like you don't have to hold the baggage, drop it. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Throw it back at them. Don't do that. Yeah. No, absolutely. The thing that we talked about a lot, or rather in previous INC radio shows, when they speak about facing challenges and how to go through them, of course we talk about our faith and we have our prayer. Another one is taking a step back, like how you said, separating yourself from those emotions, looking at it logically instead of focusing on the problem. Find and search for the solution. So take a step back, like a bird's eye view. Um, Look at it. Ooh, there's another one. Look at it as if you're watching a movie. What would you want that main character to do?
Ah,
That's
I
inspirational.
like that.
Right? Yeah. I just remember
Who's
that
the
one
main
too.
character? Yourself?
You're
Oh,
the main
okay,
character.
okay,
But now you look at it from a perspective of a person looking at you through the
Mm.
movie. Yeah. Really cool. Really cool.
I really
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, it's really
I'm
cool.
gonna do that from now on.
You should do that.
I'm watching myself in third person right now.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh.
Imagine if we had that.
Imagine.
Okay. Anyway, Brother Regine, you did mention before that you are a local book club president, that you are a AWS choir, and you have a full-time job, you have a family. There's a lot of things that you need to juggle. So the question is, especially coming from us who don't have, children of our own, we have duties, we have our career. How do you balance it? How do you organize your time to make sure that you can take care of your work and all of your other obligations?
Something that I've learned also being a business entrepreneur
Mhm.
is use your time wisely. So what we learn is set a realistic goal. That's number one. Of course, everything should happen with God's will, right? Like what you mentioned earlier. Not everything is in our control. We just control what you can control. And what I've learned is use your time wisely. So pretty much you write your goal. That's what I can advise also for all of our listeners is to write your goal. Something that you see on a daily basis. What you see every day is actually the fridge, your door, your mirror.
Right.
Because the difference between not writing your goal and just relying on your memory, where sometimes it's already inaccurate. Right?
Right.
Hindi ko ba happened to you earlier?
What happened to me earlier? I don't remember. Write it down for me.
Real life
But then
examples.
if you write this thing, it actually triggers your mind to work on it. And according to most successful people, that's they can advise you to is write down your goal, stick to it no matter what, as long as it's realistic, right? It cannot be just. Let's use an example. I want to be a millionaire tomorrow.
Okay.
So that's not realistic.
Okay.
So if we as iglesianicristo and holding an office, of course, no matter what, that's our priority. Right? And then also our livelihood is also important, but the most important thing is performing our duties in the church. It's the most important thing, no matter what. And livelihood would be secondary. Now you asked me earlier, how do I balance or do everything at the same time? It's just trust everything to God, and then just control what you can control.
I like that.
Yeah.
Control what you can control.
I like that.
Especially, I feel like every day we take so much information in. So it's like you're thinking so much about school, work, church, everything, but not all of that is under your control.
Right.
Yeah. So like what you guys have been saying, just take which ones that you can take under your control, and then you can step back and make your way.
Yeah.
Make your way.
Right. The things that are out of your control, you trust that to God.
Yes,
You do that to
exactly.
Him.
Exactly. Wow.
There you
It's
go.
amazing.
Wow, we're like figuring things out right now. We're seeing like the light
I'm a
bulb,
different person tomorrow.
right? Yeah, there you go. You're gonna be a millionaire tomorrow.
But I like that, writing down the goals and sticking them in places that you're at all the time.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you think your mind just you don't focus on it because it's so like you're not focusing on it. So what was I gonna say?
What were you?
It's so secondary. Like that's not a priority. It's just there. But the more you keep reading it, the more you see it in front of you. It's like, okay, this is what I'm working towards. This is what I have to focus on. And then eventually, like we said, fake it till you make it, fake it till you become it. Eventually, we will become what our goal is.
What can I advise also, brethren, is calendar.
Calendar is
Yeah.
important.
You write everything down because no matter what, like what I mentioned earlier, with too much information, like what Sister Gwen had mentioned earlier, then we kind of lose track about things. But when you put it on the calendar, it's good that we have the modern technology. We put everything in our phones. Sometimes it's good to put alarm on your schedules, but it's good also to have a black and white calendar where you can see. And the good thing about a calendar though is you review it every day. What will I do tomorrow? What will I do the following day, the following week? So that you make yourself organized. And then if you don't do this, then you kind of lose track about things that are happening.
I feel like when you have like a monthly view of your own schedule, it takes up less stress for your brain. Because you know, like
Yes.
every day you're thinking about what you're gonna be doing tomorrow, the next day, next week. But when you have a calendar, you know that even if you forget, you have something to go back to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What was I supposed to do again?
Yeah.
all the
Exactly.
yeah.
I'm doing that all the time.
It really does.
I'm gonna buy a calendar tonight.
There you go. When you come later tomorrow, I'm ready. Calendars are important. I never really was a person who used calendars. So so I was always go with the flow. Oh, okay, I'll do that tomorrow. And I would forget so many things.
I'll be like, oh, I said that.
I did,
Yeah, exactly. It's
I
like,
said-
wait.
I said that. Did I really? Yeah, there was a lot of I wouldn't say promises, agreements, I would say, that I agreed upon that I forgot upon as well. So it's important to have a calendar. So I write things down. I set a note on my telephone, yes, and that's all I have.
Okay.
So I had a telephone, or I also set a scheduled message with the person to talk about it with them, so that it shows up as a reminder for myself as well. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. So at least you can stay a little bit organized. You know what I mean? But I need to.
One more tip that I can share
Yeah, we'd love to.
that I do: paper trail.
Paper trail.
Paper trail.
It can be what I usually do. If it is a very, very important, or even just like you talk to a friend, like for example, Julie. I talked to her yesterday that we will meet up this coming Sunday at CP's Waipaho. What I do is send a text message, even though I talked to her verbally. What we talked earlier is meet this coming Sunday at CP's. So myself being accountable and herself.
Oh,
It's
I
like
like
it's like a
that.
little recap of what you.
Yes.
Oh, I like that. I do that sometimes. Like when I hang out with people and we do that, or have an agreement of we're gonna do this
Like a
later on.
contract.
Yeah,
Like a contract.
and then you send your signature. You
Okay.
send your signature. Send me your
Oh,
If you don't
Yeah.
go, a fine of like $100.
find them. Wow. Don't hang out with this or do it and just make sure you follow through. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty smart. Dude. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah.
You have a lot of good advice as well. You have so much experiences.
A lot
So
of wisdom.
yeah, you tell us, even knowing so much experiences in life, how do you still continue to grow, both in work, in person, in
Faith.
life? Yeah.
A good person, one mentor of mine have mentioned also, in order for a person to grow, is not to compare yourself to anyone, but what you are from yesterday. So basically, you can transform yourself by being better from what you are from yesterday. So if you can improve yourself at least 1% daily, that would be 365% in a year. You
Wow.
can just write down, for example, what you did. That's why it's better if you like a diary. You write everything down on a daily basis. I know
Mhm.
that would be kind of difficult sometimes. It's chaotic with all of the things that's happening nowadays. It's hard
Yeah.
to keep track. But then if you keep on writing down what we did yesterday, you will really improve. Because without tracking, then how would you know what did really happen yesterday? Yeah, so that's something that I've learned from a good mentor of mine is to improve yourself at least 1% per day.
Wow.
1% per day.
It's
Wow.
also like keeping yourself
Wow.
accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And it's like 1% per day is not a huge change.
Mhm.
It's something small. It's like, okay, I did this one way, I'm gonna do it another way tomorrow.
Mhm.
It's I've heard it before. They say comparison is the thief of joy. So
Mm.
comparing yourself to other people, that's like expectations way out of your power.
Yeah.
You can't change yourself like into that person overnight,
Mhm.
but you can look back on yourself and change one thing about you, one small thing about you every single day, and then eventually you'll be the person you wanted to be.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
cool.
Yeah, it's like when you're trying to see if you are growing or not, what is the best reference point that you can look at? It's not other people because you're
Right.
not those people. You should look at yourself
Right.
because that's how you're gonna reference it. You know what I mean? You grew. How do I know I grew? Get yourself before. So like what you're saying. Yeah. Percent per day. I like that, brother Eugene.
1% per day.
1% per day. And that's 365% or 366% in
Yeah.
2028.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Wow. Never mind. I'm gonna do 1% better than you. Sorry.
You're gonna make me cry.
Oh,
No, I'm joking.
wow.
I'm
Hold
joking, I'm joking,
That was a
I'm
joke. Okay, anyway.
Whatever.
Well, brother Eugene, you have so much advice that you have given to us. And we're gonna ask for one more, if it's possible, because that's our last question. Um, what is the last piece of advice that you want to leave us and the viewers with tonight? It can be professional, or personal experience, or faith experience. What is that piece of advice that you want to give to them tonight?
Let's talk about faith first. When I became a choir member is because of my mom. She's been a choir member. Of course, my dad, they were my inspiration in order for me to hold an office as a choir. As we all know, choir members are selected, right? With the previous special worship service that we have. It's not everyone can be a choir member. It's a special gift to God. And one of our choir directors here in Hawaii, she always mentioned that do not forget your first love, meaning to say, be a choir member. I should always say that. And always treasure that no matter what. When we migrated here way back in 98, since this is a new place for us, don't know how to drive yet, so all the kind of stuff for only 1 year. But then I told myself, if I will have that opportunity again, I will perform the way you please. Right? So always pray to God, and no matter what, with everything that's happening nowadays, faith is the very important that we can use to give us the strength that we need. And as also a choir member and professionally wise, especially with the young ones. Uh, because I'm a business entrepreneur and we teach people about financial division, that would be actually bridging the gap between financial insecurity and financial security. Because it's sad to say that we've been into school, even myself, I've been to school for many, many years, but then the school did not even teach us proper budgeting, right? Proper budgeting, uh, what your finances be future, I mean, 2 years from now. Lots of people mentality nowadays is, especially now that we're going to holidays, there's a lot of sale.
Hmm.
People tend to buy things that they don't even need. And that's the sad part. So my advice was spend your money wisely. Save first and then spend what is left Because majority of people nowadays, what they do, they spend and try to save what's left. Majority of successful people, that's what they do. It just takes discipline. If you can do it that spending is a habit, you can also make it a habit saving.
Mhm.
Yeah. So from young people, even like people like me at my age,
Young.
we can still save,
Yeah.
right? So let's prioritize about saving money first before spending.
Mm.
And what I can also give us a tip is monitor your spending. That's very, very important because what we tend to do nowadays is just spend money and then later on you will say, oh, where did the money go? Right? Because we lose track of things.
Mhm.
But if you monitor the spending on a monthly basis, you need not to start in a random month. You can start tomorrow. Every time you spend money, like for example, you buy snacks and whatnot, you just write it on a piece of paper and then you can see where your money goes,
Mhm.
right? Then basing on that one also, you can monitor that, oh, these things I don't really need to spend on this money.
Mhm.
Just an example. Not saying anything about bad about Starbucks.
Not sponsored.
That's awesome.
If you're doing it, for example, 3 times a day and 5 times a week, if you one drink, it's let's face it, $6, $7. You multiply that by 3 times 5, it's already a lot of money. By doing that, you can tell yourself, I should discipline myself, not buy too much. Probably you can cut down once per day until you can be disciplined enough, probably per month. You will be surprised how much money you can save.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a calorie deficit with your money.
Oh.
But also calorie deficit because
Because
Starbucks
has a lot
3 times a
has
day
lot
is
calories.
kind of crazy.
That is.
But yeah, like, you would think it's not that much money.
Mhm.
You're spending $7 a day. That's not much.
Mhm.
But when you times that by 365,
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's crazy.
Just times that by 360. You go 7 times 365 equals 2,500. Wow, that's a lot of money.
2.5.
2,500.
2,500.
2,500
Starbucks.
on Starbucks, not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Right. But do people really spend $7 at Starbucks? No, they spend more.
Spending
Usually.
nine.
So let's go 9 times
Oh, no.
3,285.
Wow.
Wow, and that could be saved.
That's a fun fact.
That is a fun fact.
That's a fun fact.
Now, add in the our show needs to completely end. So before we end, Brother Eugene, do you have any shout outs that you'd like to give?
Just want to greet all the brethren that are listening right now.
Mhm.
Na yung pag-radio, pag-reman niya, pabsa.
What he
I
said.
understood. I
did
can't
not.
say it. I gotta
Could you sound it out
work on
for
my
us?
ito. Na
No.
yung bag.
Mm.
Narabi.
Magandang gabi.
Oh, okay.
But is that all? Any other shout outs that you want?
Well, thanks for having me tonight.
Yes.
We
Thank
have
you.
fun and it's a pleasure to share my knowledge
Mm.
and tips that can help all of our brethren
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a lot of
Yeah.
tips, advice,
My pleasure.
and it's something that you can look back on because once the live is over, it's a replayable video.
Right.
So very cool. Well, thank you, Brother Eugene, for being on. Thank you, Sister Gwen, Sister Julian, for hosting. Thank you,
Thanks, Brother
me,
Josh.
for being here as well. But of course, thank you to all of the listeners and viewers for supporting us here on INCRadio. But we also have some special thanks that we want to give before the show ends. Sister Gwen, would you like to say the special thanks this evening?
Yeah, but I think we can also mention activities.
Yeah, we do have some
Oh,
upcoming
we
activities.
do.
Okay, here we go.
Binhi
Get together.
Yeah, we do have a Binhi get together
on
Sunday.
November
Yes.
16th.
At what time?
7
p.m., right?
And,
And
we
then-
have the meeting.
Sorry,
The
Meeting, special gathering.
Special gathering.
Yes.
At 6.
at 6 p.m. Very good, very good. And then for the local congregation of Waipahu, next week we have our picnic on the 23rd. So please stay tuned for that. For the other local congregations, we're sorry we don't know your congregation. But ask your overseers, your civil officers, or your ministerial worker or resident minister, and they will be more than happy to tell you all about it. Any other activities that we should mention?
Not
To
that I
do a
know
monthly
of.
meeting this weekend, or a monthly meeting, regardless of whatever civil it might be. A monthly meeting, please attend. And I think that's all that we would have for now. And if there's any more, then we shall let you know next week. Okay, let's get into the special thanks. Who would like to do it? Great.
Ah.
Sister Jeline,
Thank
looks
you.
like it's your time to
Of
shine.
course. Thank you, Brother Josh, for
You're
that. But of course, before ending every show, we always want to say a special thanks to our executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our deputy executive minister, Brother Angelo Iranio Manalo, our district supervising minister, Brother Jem H. Baitan, our assistant district supervising minister, Brother Ador Apostol, and our CFO overseer, Brother Brandon Pacheco. But of course, also a very huge thank you to all the ministers, workers, and officers for all that you do for the church. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yours, thank you. But again, thank you to all of the listeners, viewers, whatever you're doing. The fact that you're tuning in right now at this hour, we are so appreciative of you. And we hope that we can see you again next week. Well, we won't see you, but hopefully you'll see us
Yeah.
next week. But for now, we shall end the show there. Good night, goodbye, and aloha.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Hand sanitizer, if you can.